Hello, Editor Silas here. Real quick note before we get started. Normally there'd be like a little clip here or whatever, but that's not going to happen because we had some technical difficulties. So I got to let you know for the first 20 minutes, you're not going to see me or Kirby. Whoops. Had a little bit of a power issue. Whoa. Everything's fine though. About 20 minutes into the podcast, everything will be back to normal. But just for the first 20 minutes, it'll be a little bit scuffed. But that's normal for us. So yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye. Hello. Welcome to Time Well Meant, the podcast where losing two dark princes in 2025 wasn't on anybody's bingo card. If you're new to the podcast or if you're joining us for the first time, we like to talk about a number of different things. We like to talk about video games, the goings-ons of the internet, and most importantly, mental health and how that affects our everyday lives. I'm joined as always by who I might consider a dark prince himself, Kirby. Oh, I'm Silas, by the way. But Kirby, how are you doing today?
Man, that's cool. I feel like I got really happy and like smiled when you said I'm a dark prince, so I'm not really that much of a dark prince.
Who's a widow dark prince?
I'm no best dark prince. But yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm really cool and badass. So thanks for that intro.
Yeah,
I'm doing
absolutely.
good. How are you, Silas?
Man, it's been an emotional fucking roller coaster. I've said it at least 30 plus times. So much has happened in the past 2 weeks. It's genuine this time. It's been a wild emotional roller coaster. Oh my God. It's ups and downs, man. Ups and fucking downs. Oh. Such is life. We, again, as I mentioned in the opening, we lost a dear and sweet dark prince. And I think I want to open with this mainly because of something I want to do very special this episode. But rest in peace to Josh Saunders, aka King Cobra, JFS. Oh my God, that was. I guess I should give a little context. We've covered lolcows when we do like the special episodes. That's what I've covered in at least 2 of my special episodes that I got. I think I've done 3 and you've done 3, right? Is that, or yeah, is that right?
I don't know.
Something like that. Anyways. And usually we each kind of, we have our own little topics that we pick. I picked lolcows twice because there's so many to cover. There's still more out there and many more developing each day. But one of the only good lolcows, the last good lolcow, passed away. He went out to pasture. So sad. Josh Saunders died of a heart attack. He was 34 years old. He was a year older than me.
That's it?
Young man, yeah.
I'm about to turn 34.
Shit.
How did he die?
Heart attack in his sleep, I guess, or I don't know. That's what the obituary says, at least. Mind you,
do we trust the obituary, or is this some sort of deep state?
Yeah, I trust. It's a local.
Are you sure, King Cobra?
Yes.
Man, he had his finger on the pulse.
I'm pretty sure it was a local obituary.
And there was no evidence of foul play.
No. It was one of those things where, well, here's the thing: is in his final kind of time on this earth, he was kind of downtrodden. The guy was a huge fan of Ozzy Osbourne, and so he got really depressed when that happened. Obviously, like Cobra lived kind of
Dude, he died of heartbreak.
Probably, honestly,
because it was this world, and King Cobra said, "There's no reason for me to be here anymore."
Mm-hmm. It's really it's almost poetic, really. At the same time, he wasn't taking care of himself. From what I understand, that like the weeks leading up to his death, he was having a lot of issues with his stomach. He was having some health issues. And in fact, the reason that he was found is because his dad was going to pick him up to take him to the hospital because he was having, just general issues. And he found him. Yeah. So it sucks. No parent should have to bury their child. And honestly, Clint, who is his dad, gave a really heartfelt send off. And he kind of spoke about Josh and the impact that he had. And I would say that I'm a fan. There's plenty of trolls out there that would fuck with Cobes. I was a genuine fan. I thought the guy was kind of wacky, kind of weird, aren't we all? He made the most wild food that anybody would ever see, and he made wacky drink creations, and he um, left an impact on my life in the sense that he was one of the first lolcows that I discovered and watched a video on. Like very early on in my discovery of lolcowdom, that was him.
Lolcowdom.
Yeah. He was one of the first, man. And I was like, this guy is crazy. And hearing his story and how it's been documented, and oh man, the story of King Cobra, that's a whole podcast episode in and of itself. Maybe one day down the road we'll do some coverage on that, but not today. Today we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. But I did want to start off. I know it's a little bit more of a somber note. Okay. And we won't go too much more into it, but I did want to start that off because so Cobes was again known for his wacky recipes. And in my hands right now, I have my QuakeCon 2025 cup. And into that cup, I'm going to do a rendition of what is called a chocolate cobra. Okay. So I'll walk you through this. This is gonna be fucking gross. I'm probably not gonna drink this whole thing. But I'm gonna mix it. Kirby has no idea that I was gonna do this because the thing that Clint said before anything, he said, listen, it's probably not in the best, because Josh was a raging alcoholic. Probably not in the best interest of his health, but Josh would want it. Have a drink on him. Make something that Josh made, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So the original recipe, for those of you at home who want to try it, it's a chocolate buzz ball, and then 2 shooters of Kinky Pink vodka, which is like a blood orange. You know what Kinky Pink is?
Yeah.
And then the rest is 360 chocolate vodka. Gross. Just not. I mean, like kind of a chocolatey orange.
Fun, dude. Yeah, do it.
Okay, so I could not find most of that shit.
I want to throw this out there for the listeners and the Spotify and YouTube viewers who can see what Silas is about to do. Shortly before this episode, Silas was telling me he was having some tummy issues today, but he's going to do this. And I said, bro, why don't we save that for the end of the episode in case your stomach gets upset? And he said, no, the ice is melting.
Dude, the cup is insulated, but I don't want my drink to be all like mostly watery.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that wonderful drink to get watered down.
So I'm gonna do a little. I wanted to start off again. I don't think I'm gonna drink the whole thing.
You should.
So I'll tell you what. I didn't happen to find the Kinky Pink or the 360 chocolate vodka. What I did find at my local liquor store was this has 99 proof chocolate. This is chocolate liqueur. It is 49.5% alcohol by volume. I did not realize how strong this was. I legitimately just like grabbed this because I was like, oh, chocolate, sure, okay. I grabbed so I thought about the sexy pink whatever bullshit vodka, and it's again blood orange and passion fruit. Couldn't find anything passion fruit, but I did find ruby red Deep Eddies vodka. Good. And then I also found Dripping Springs Artisan Orange vodka. You can't really see, there you go, whatever, it doesn't matter. And so that's what we're gonna basically try and what?
I feel like you could make this perfect for a respectful drink to respect our boy Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
If you added like a spoonful of Nesquik to this.
You know what's fucked up? I have some Nesquik.
Put it in there, buddy.
It's actually not just like it's chocolate
Cobra
caramel swirl. It's chocolate caramel swirl.
That's fine.
Okay,
that's even better. Cobra would find that even funnier.
Let's construct this for a minute. I don't have anything to stir this with. I didn't actually really plan this out too well. So we're just gonna ball out. It's fine. So I'm opening
high quality audio podcast content that's occurring right here.
I feel like I need to layer this a little bit. So I'm gonna do the chocolate liqueur first, because that's the grossest, and I want to taste that last, right?
Please make sure you wash that cup. That's a good cup.
I did wash the cup. I washed it before, and I will be washing it
after, not before.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm not going to just let it fucking fester and sit. Then we're going to do the ruby red. Okay, so the ruby red's going in. All right.
Cobra.
Bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know if people would actually hear that. That's a very
I feel like
ASMR.
they will be able to.
I'm gonna hold this one up to the microphone. Now we're doing the artisan orange. I actually did think like chocolate and orange, like that's a thing that people like. I felt like that would be kind of good together. Okay, that's smelling not good already. Already not.
That'll fix it.
Now here we go. This is where everything changes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. That's. Ooh, not smelling better. Okay, so now I don't have a spoon, so I'm going to use the lid. I'm going to use the lid to kind of scoop it in a little bit. I think
Cobra would appreciate that.
I feel like that's a decent scoop.
That's
right?
way more than a spoonful, but put it in.
That's a decent scoop. That's like oh god, that didn't help. All right, what am I? How? The magic fingy going in. Oh, that's cold.
After you stir it and you pull your finger out of there, please blur it when you suck on your finger sexually. We cannot get demonetized on YouTube. This is all we've got.
You guys know my mom watches this podcast. I haven't even drank it any of this. It smells. I'm not actually gonna lick my finger. That's yucky.
Hey, Silas's mom, I had nothing to do with this. I'm throwing it out there.
I don't want to.
I'm the angel on his shoulder, basically.
Whew, that is something.
All right, on the count of 3, for Cobra.
For Cobra.
That's all I got, dude. I'll eat a Tums with it. You want me to eat a Tums with it?
Yeah.
For Cobra,
no, it's fine.
For Cobra. For Cobra, I got Tums right on my desk because I'm an old fucking man.
For Cobra, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
May you rest in power.
Oh, it was orange Tums.
I was just going to say, weirdly enough, not horrific. I don't know. Oh, the aftertaste is not good, though. Ooh. I'm going to go in for another sip.
Yeah. Chug.
Oh, you know what? I have the straw. I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot I set the straw aside over here.
You've gone this far. Why stop now?
Fuck it. I forgot I set the straw here. Let's stir it up a little bit more. Maybe I want to.
Honestly, you seem to be more of a fan of that mixed beverage. What'd you call it?
It's a chocolate Cobra, but this is like Silas's version of chocolate Cobra.
Chocolate Cobra.
It's a very much a bastard chocolate Cobra. This is not the normal.
You seem to be more of a fan of that than I was of an orange Tums with Coke.
It's it just tastes like chocolatey vodka. I think the thing about it is the 99 proof chocolate is overpowering everything.
Nice.
And so it's giving like a.
How's the Nesquik going in there?
Completely dissolved. The alcohol, it's mainly alcohol. So the thing about it is, funnily enough, it actually doesn't smell terrible. It smells kind of like just like a chocolatey orange kind of smell. The taste is like, oh, not the best. It's definitely
all right.
I can't taste the buzzball. I can mostly just taste the chocolate and the chocolate liqueur, and the other vodkas are just gone.
I can proudly state that I've never had a buzzball in my life.
It's pretty mid. Not gonna lie, they are definitely like a.
Do me a favor.
What's up?
Raise your glass once more. I want you to take another swill for Brent Hines.
For Brent Hines.
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace and power.
So Brent Hines was the founding guitarist and backup vocalist for a very influential metal band called Mastodon.
What? I know Mastodon. I know that band. Yep. Wow.
So their founding guitarist, just within a week or two of this dropping, was killed in a motorcycle accident.
Oh.
He was riding his motorcycle, and somebody in an SUV pulled out in front of him. And now he's gone.
Damn. Fuck.
Which is brutal, man. It's brutal. Dude, that's just one of those. His music has touched so many people. So many people have heard. Yeah, exactly. And me being me, I sort of had a dark thought like immediately. I read this news and instantly heard like it was a motorcycle accident. It's somebody else's fault. And all I could think was, use your fucking blinkers, people. Like, you're just driving today, all right? You're cruising. You're in a hurry to get to work and you don't use your blinker and you just murdered the singer of the Foo Fighters.
Right.
Right? Oops, just killed Justin Bieber. If you killed Taylor Swift, your life is fucking cooked, brother.
Famous motorcycle rider Taylor Swift.
Well, maybe you don't use your blinker and her jet plane crashes down.
True. Okay. Now you're making more sense. Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm saying is use your blinkers. Yield when you're supposed to.
Yield at the appropriate. I mean, here's the thing. Honestly, you should be driving as though there's motorcyclists on the road. The world would be a safer place. The funny thing is as I've gotten, this is kind of a more personal thing. I've really wanted a motorcycle, for a long time, probably since I was like a teenager. My uncle passed away in a motorcycle accident. A friend of mine a coworker of mine, passed away on a motorcycle accident. So like people that I've known, like direct people, like have had motorcycle incidents and passed away. Doesn't deter me. I still want a motorcycle. I still want to ride on two wheels. I think the ways that I would approach it now is much different than when I was like 20 years old, but it's still something that I find very interesting. And yeah.
That might be, we might have a middle-aged man podcast moment here, but I feel like it calls to me also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then I look at the highway as I'm driving to work, because I get on an access road on my way to work, and I see those people on the highway driving like maniacs, and I just think, nope, would not want to ride my motorcycle there.
I think doing it in Texas is definitely
too many live leak videos,
Yeah, true. And that's the thing, man, is like, I think the statistic is something like, and I might be off on this, but I think it's like, you're like 20 to 30 times more likely to get injured or to die on a motorcycle versus driving around in a car.
I think it's to have a fatal accident versus
an
accident.
Yeah. Because no matter how much protective gear you're wearing and all the precautions that you take, it's the other fucking people that, well, and then at the same time, there's sometimes where you're the one being irresponsible and you're the one. So it's, and
then, any life lost is a tragedy, but when I see some people hauling ass down the road with no helmet, I'm kind of like, brother, you're asking for trouble.
You are very much,
dancing with the devil,
sowing the seeds. Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things, man, where it's scary. It's fucking scary to think about, but at the same time, it's almost like the call of the void. You almost like still want to like walk towards it anyways,
I look at my route to work and I think like, I could bike that. That's fine. It's mostly back roads.
Yeah, exactly. I could take back streets the whole way. I wouldn't even have to worry about a car, except for maybe to cross the intersection. And even then, like, it'd be completely
jumping
fine.
on the highway. I don't know, man.
Yeah, a little scary. Funnily enough, from what I've seen of at least the YouTube videos that I've watched, the highway is usually a little safer because of the fact that because of the fact it's not as much stopping and going. You're not having to worry about people pulling onto various like pulling out of like shopping centers or parking lots, basically into the road. People pulling in residential areas. Like there's a lot more uncertainty versus a highway where you're going a consistent speed in one direction.
If anybody is getting on or off, they have like merge ramps, so you see it coming. It's
it's when you start like lane splitting and speeding and kind of going that extra mile. Like the way that I've heard it be described is you want to ride your motorcycle like you're invisible, and that kind of gives you that edge of don't think that this person sees you, even if you can see them. Don't think that they can see you, and that's kind of how I treat
that's just
now.
How I drive.
Yeah, the moment that I now see motorcyclists, I'm like even more hyper aware, just because I think because again I've had family and friends that have lost their lives, but also just that doing the research that I've been doing, I'm like, oh man, I do want to be more conscious of that. So yeah, weird tangent well, no, actually it is kind of an on-topic tangent. No, that's correct.
Yeah,
rest in
we're
peace.
Right on topic, right on point. This episode's cooking.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy though. Man, damn,
so in a little bit of the metal community drama, let me spill you some tea here. He was actually kicked out of the band, allegedly kicked out of the band a couple months ago in March. And then there was some drama where he said he was kicked out. They said he resigned. There was some social media statements going blah, blah, back and forth.
He said,
and then he gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't, I don't know. Hopefully it was a freak accident versus an impulsive action. I don't know the situation, so I wouldn't be able to tell. I know with Cobes, it was like we're counting down, right? It was like it wasn't. He was in very bad shape near the end of his life, anyways. So
and he was just drinking a lot, from what you told me.
He was drinking a lot. He was apparently huffing air duster and just really,
What?
He was in real rough shape, man. It was not a matter of it was more of a matter of when than anything else, right? Because it was just he wouldn't take care of himself. He already ate like shit. Yeah, it's sad, man, to watch such an awesome guy kind of deteriorate like that. Just I couldn't watch him near the end. I could only think about the good times, and he's still, oh man, it was, yeah. Anyways.
You're telling me that sauce sandwiches don't contain the nutritional value that we as human beings require?
No, neither do Big Macs with cat food on them.
Ew.
Rest in fucking peace. I will say, go ahead.
What kind of cat food are we talking?
I don't know. Probably Friskies or something.
We talking some dry kibble, or are we talking some
No,
wet?
No, this is some wet cat food. This is some wet.
Some meow mix. That shit is nasty.
At one point in time, Josh thought, for context, at one point in time, Josh thought it would be an ode to the trolls. They sent him a Big Mac with only sauce on it. And they also sent him, I guess it was just the buns and then lettuce and then sauce, I guess, or something like that. And then they also sent him cat food. And he thought an own, obviously he's probably pretty drunk at the time, but as an own, he was like, I'm going to throw this cat food on here. I think he also threw some like canned fish or some shit. Cobes was a maniac. All right. He throws the cat food on and he ate the whole thing. It's like nothing. He's like, I don't give a fuck. The funny thing is, man, the other day, rest in power. The other day, me and our buddy Justin,
and we're recording again. You want to clap again?
1 second.
Man, I hate to make your life harder right now.
but
literally all I see is the dust on your phone camera.
I just noticed it. Oh man, that's funny. That is too funny. Luckily, I'm just buzzed enough that I'm not that.
Hey, man, take another swill on your chalky milk.
That's right. Honestly, not terrible. Funnily enough, I would not make this again, but not terrible. And it's strong. It's fucking strong. I'm definitely gonna be a little hungover at work tomorrow. So much sugar.
That's fine.
I'm drinking the whole thing. I don't give a fuck.
All right. So just I like this. Just tell the people how we just had technical difficulties.
All right. Okay. Are you recording again?
We're already recording. I got that whole thing just now. That was hilarious. Keep going.
Okay. All right. Hey, technical. This is showbiz, baby. This showbiz. All right. Listen.
But the show must go on.
The show must fucking go on. All right. Oh my goodness. So I'm not even fully set up again. Hold on. Let me pop this out and do this. We're good to go. All right. Little technical fucky wucky. This is still in your fucking way. I can see it now. Hold on. It's fine. No one on fucking Spotify can see it anyways. It doesn't matter. We only care about the YouTubers. Fuck them. God damn. So my power flickered, and we lost all of my audio and video. That's why we were the beauty of the internet. Kirby is recording, so you guys just now, if you're watching, now you get to see my face. Whoa, crazy! I'm sure that future Silas, because I'm gonna give him more work, we'll get to see what actually, or we'll tell you about the fuck up in more detail.
I just had the epiphany that you're gonna need to go repurchase the ingredients and remake another drink. That way we can visually get the effect of that. It was so good.
Honestly, yeah, I think maybe I will. Funnily enough, I was just telling Kirby, I was like, I made my drink, right? And I was like, I've sipped on this enough. I'm pretty buzzed. And it's in the name Buzzball. But I was like, I'm buzzed enough to where it's like, I'm not that broken up about it. The show will go on. All right. The chalky orange chocolate Cobra Silas edition is getting me through. Okay. So sorry for the little technical issues. We're back to the show.
Just to derail you even further, do you like a chocolate orange?
I don't mind it, actually. I feel like I don't mind it at all.
I'm not a fan. My wife, dude, she's like, it's Christmas time, I need a chocolate orange.
At Christmas, I guess they are kind of a holiday kind of snack. I don't mind it. I don't think it's like the end all be all for snacks, but I don't mind it at all. I think it's
now
pretty good.
I say when it's getting to be Thanksgiving time, where's that eggnog at? Eggnog on the shelves, baby.
I do love some eggnog. You know what's funny is like I'm the kind of guy like I drink like one glass of eggnog a year, and I'm like, oh, why don't I drink more of this? And I never touch it again.
Yep. That's the move.
Don't know why.
You buy like a pint, you drink like a third of it.
Yep. Throw it in the fridge and forget it till January. You're like, oh, I gotta throw this out.
And then it expires in like 4 days after you buy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. They need to make like preservative heavy eggnog because it's just ridiculous how much
GMO eggnog.
Yes,
where you at?
Please. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm a little disheveled. I'm a little tipsy from the chocolate Cobra.
Before the technical difficulties, you were telling me something about the chocolate Cobra, and then you said me and our friend Justin, and then everything cut out.
And I cut out. So I'm gonna try this again. Our buddy Justin and I. Pause for dramatic effect. Okay. It's one of those situations where, you're not gone till you're forgotten, right? And we were sitting down, man, for like an hour and a half. We just watched Cobra videos. We just watched recipes. Our buddy Taylor had no clue who Cobra was. And we just introduced him and just started showing him the videos and watching him. We're laughing, dude. And just, oh man. And at the end of it, all we could say was like, rip fucking Cobes, man. Rip King Cobra. Oh my God, what a fantastic just journey down memory lane it was to just go back and relive some of the oldies and the goodies. Some of his newer content, which was still kind of, it was a little sad, but it was also just like wacky. The video that we watched, or one of the last videos we watched was him making like basically like a $97 bowl of ramen, getting too drunk to remember that he made it and then forgetting about it until like the next day. And it's like, he's like, let me try this. And he's eating this like day old ramen that's been sitting on his counter. And it was just insane, right? An insane person, but an awesome gem of a human being that will be missed sorely. Rest in power, King Cobes, man. Holy fuck. For those of you curious, the first delve into King Cobra that you should take is watch him make French fries. And that's all I'll say. Watch him make some French fries. Oh my God, I miss Cobes. Anyways, moving on. Oh my God.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say is about Mastodon. Is all I could think about is them doing the opening for the Aqua Team Hunger Force movie. Did you ever hear that song?
That was them?
That was them. That was Mastodon. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. And that was like always like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I love this. It's massive. So
that was Brent Hines.
Rest in peace to Brent and Josh, man. Fuck. Too many gone too soon. But enough of the downside, enough of the loss. What have we gained this week? What's been going on with you, brother? What's been happening?
I've just been exploring space. I went back to Elite Dangerous. I'm fully hooked. The needle is in my veins. The lighter is to the spoon, and I refuse to stop.
Yeah.
I'm exploring the stars. Today, I found a neutron star. I'm the first person that ever discovered that neutron star in the whole galaxy. Silas, go look it up. I'll share the coordinates.
Hell yeah.
I won't.
Beep. I was gonna say, did they had like a big update or something? What was it that brought you back? I think you told me.
Huh? Okay, so first of all, love Elite Dangerous. It is in my blood and my veins because I'm such a space nerd. I love that game so much. It's so good. Been playing it since shortly after the launch. I've been playing it since, I want to say 2015, and it came out 2014. And I've played it just so much. I remember maybe a year or two ago, I was hooked, needle in the veins for a better part of a year. And at some point, it does wear out. You know, it wears thin. Yeah. And I quit playing. Then I started hearing all these rumblings in the past few months about updates are coming. They're doing a huge squad update and increasing all the things that you can do kind of as a quote-unquote guild, if you will, in Elite Dangerous. They started adding new ships. They're adding new mining features. Oh, dude. Oh, that game is so good. And so I'd heard all these things, and I was kind of like itching a little bit. Like I was getting the little crackhead itch. Like, ooh, new stuff, new toys, new things.
Walking outside at night and being like, I could be up there right now.
I could at any moment. All I had to do was reconnect the sticks, you know?
Hell yeah.
And then I saw our friend Ben was playing Elite Dangerous multiple nights in a row, and I saw him sitting in his Discord, and I popped in. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? And he told me how him and multiple of his friends are getting ready for the squad update. They're stacking their credits so they can buy the new 25 billion credit fleet carrier and the squadron fleet carrier. And I was just hooked instantly. Like, dude, I got to find these cables. Because I might have talked about this before. I have a very expensive like flight stick and throttle that's just way more nerdy than I really want to talk about on the internet, if I'm being honest with you. But boy, it's cool. Sure is fun. So for the past 2 weeks, that's like all I've done as far as gaming, besides playing Rocket League with Zach, because can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah.
But scanning space mushrooms, finding stars.
Hell yeah.
Got some new ships. Oof, I could go on and on, but what have you been up to, my boy?
Dude, funnily enough, also exploring space in a completely different galaxy. No Man's Sky came out with a big update. They did the thing that always fucks me up about Hello Games is they just keep throwing shit at us. We don't need it. They could stop at any point in time. Fuck it. Free. Here you go, babes. They keep paying for us to get into the club, and we're all crying in the club. So I'm down for it. It's awesome. They came out with the Corvette update, essentially, is what I'm calling it. They did some other additions and stuff, but basically they added in a new ship class called Corvettes, which are these fully customizable. You literally have to go out and find the individual parts to then piece these things together. Fully customizable ships. A little buggy, but it's fine. It's fine. I made some big, fat, crazy screenshots. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's one of those things where it's like, they didn't need to cook this hard. All right. It was funny because so our buddy Taylor and we usually go back to No Man's Sky once or twice a year. We'll play for like a couple days and then we'll be like, all right, whatever. Because he and I both grinded very hard very early on. So he's like 2 billion credits in. I'm around I was at 800 million when I came back. So like anytime there's a new update, we buy whatever it is. Like when they updated the game and made this like new pirate starship that you can get, like your capital ship. So I grinded for that, got an S-class capital pirate starship, and then quit the game, right? But like now with this new thing, it's like immediately walk in, buy everything I want, still have money left over, and now it's like there's still more to do. There's still a lot more to do. And it's interesting because it's been a while since I've come back to a game and been like, whoa, I want to play this. Like even today, I was like, that and then another bit of exploration. With more boots on the ground. Helldivers had a big fucking update today.
I heard about that too.
Oh my goodness. So they had their ODST update, which is awesome. I dropped the suit. I dropped a little cash money for that for the ODST, but also they updated today. ODST, the Halo ODST update. They did a collaboration with Halo.
ODST.
Yes.
What?
Do you know what ODST is, right?
Yeah, Halo ODST.
Yes, they did a collaboration.
At first, when you said this, I was like, OST, like they released the soundtrack. I guess that's cool, dude.
No, ODST, Orbital Dropship Trooper.
And it has something to do with Halo.
They put in the battle rifle, or I'm sorry, the assault rifle, the OG assault rifle. They put in the, I think it's the Halo 3 or the ODST SMG. They put in the OG Halo shotgun, as well as the ODST armor, an ODST variant armor. They put in the color, like the shaded skins, and they also put in the pistol. I think it's the OG pistol, but it's like a variant of the OG pistol.
Because Sony now owns 343, that is also the parent company of the Helldivers developers. That's a wild turn of events. That's really, really cool. I didn't know about that.
So fucking sick. Yes. Just in time for the Xbox crossplay to drop. But also they've added in now Hive World. I got to show you just a very brief glimpse right before we started recording of us cruising around, and there's like caves now that are with like new bug enemies. Very scary. I got to see a Hive Lord. Holy fucking shit, that's horrifying. Don't like that. You know, I got to see just all sorts of crazy. Oh, and the other thing is too, is now they have like a mobile drilling mission that's kind of fucking crazy, where you drive this big like giant driller and you have to drive it to these various locations and then drill, and you have to defend the driller while you're drilling, and then you move it, you drive it around, drill it more. Fucking crazy, man. They introduced basically Hive Worlds, and that's why you have Hive Lords and all this other crazy shit. So it's a sick update.
That sounds pretty good.
We got to go back. Let me tell you. I played with TJ, funnily enough, and it was so good. I played with a couple of my other friends, and it's been. Helldivers is always just a good game to just kind of like drop in on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always no pun intended. For me. It's just always good for a short period. I'll drop in and play an hour or two, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm. There's no point in going any longer than that. I mean, it's nice for a couple rounds, and then you're like, all right, I'm done with this. So, and the
really
last,
love to see the developers like keeping it rocking and keeping it rolling, not charging for DLCs. When I saw the update on Steam today, I assumed it was a paid DLC.
Nope. The only thing that's paid is and technically it's only paid if you don't play the game, is the war bonds. So to get like the different weapons or different stuff, but you can play the game enough. And I have, Captain Crisis, our buddy Ben, has played the game enough to where he hasn't paid for the game since he bought it. He was
just telling me about how he found a grind to get the credits.
There's a new
samples, right?
Now,
that's what gives you the.
Well, no, he gets the super credits, that allow him to buy the war bonds. There's a thing happening right now where you can draw. And they might have patched it out with the most recent, because they just did another patch today to release all the new content. There's a way that you can basically grind out like hundreds of super credits in an hour or two.
Oh shit!
Where basically you go to a home world, you don't do the mission, you just walk around and pick up super credits, and then you leave the mission. So a little, hey, whatever, fuck it, who cares?
I mean, it's in the game. That's one of those things that doesn't really hurt anybody else, so I don't care.
Yeah. They're multi-million-dollar companies. It's fine. They're not gonna starve. But oh man, it's still just such a fun game. The last game that I've been playing that's new, because otherwise I played a little Fortnite. TJ bought me the noodle skin, so got to kiss him on the mouth later. They did a Gorillas collab, and I'm a big fan of the Gorillas. Yeah. So got to kiss TJ even more on the mouth. But beyond that, I mean, gaming's been good. You know what I mean? Lately, the gaming's been good. All right.
It really has recently, but I'm not playing anything new, so you go on.
I'm not really playing anything new. I'm coming back to a bunch of stuff because Deadlock. I haven't mentioned Deadlock in I don't know how long. Deadlock added, they just dropped this out of nowhere, 6 new heroes, almost all at once, which is fucking nuts, man. That's so crazy. They did a big update where they updated a lot of the artwork, and then they updated a lot of the UI and stuff, and then they were like, fuck it, here's 6 brand new characters, all new abilities, completely new kind of like styles of characters. So fucking sick, man. So sick. And then they did it was cool because they did like a voting. They basically released one character, and then they were like, you need to play a match, you get a vote after you play the match, and then the community is going to vote for who they want to be released next. And over the past like 3 weeks, they've released all 6 characters. Oh,
that is so cool.
Yes, Valve is the fucking shit when it comes to making wacky games. Okay. And I went back and played. It's still just as fun, man. I remember
I still
why
need to give that a try. I've never tried it because I'm worried I'll get lost in it.
I'm going to tell you right now, don't play with me. And the only reason I say that is because
easy enough.
You could play with. Damn. Okay. You could play with me. Like I played at QuakeCon with Tyler and TJ, and we played bot matches, and that was fun. We had a great time, just like screwing around and getting to play the game, and just kind of messing around. But man, I'm at a level in that game where, I'm not necessarily toxic, but I just know the game too well. I'm definitely sweating a little bit. I'm 400 hours deep. So it's hard for me to not, I'm the type of person when I play a game, it's hard for me to not view the game, especially when it's a competitive game, from a viewpoint of like, why aren't you doing your job? Right. Or why are as a team engaging, not going for, or trying to engage in a mid-boss fight when we have 2 towers up and they have 15 seconds to respawn. We could take a tower a lot faster than we could take mid. Mid doesn't help us if we're not pushing for the end game. So just saying. I mean, we can get a mid fight, but maybe we have like 4 of them dead. Anyways, I'm a late game god.
Is this the League of Legends podcast?
It feels that way sometimes when I talk about Deadlock. I never thought I'd be into a MOBA, but this MOBA's actually not shit, so I like it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The reason I have not played it, like, I spent how much time in Smite? You know, I spent 1,000 hours in Smite and hundreds of dollars, I'm not proud to admit. But, dude, if I try Deadlock, we might just get lost in it. There'll be no more time well meant. We'll just be playing Deadlock all day.
I think that's the only logical ending for time well meant. I think that's the thing.
And then we come back once a year and do a QuakeCon episode. And we talk about how all we did was play Deadlock for 72 hours straight.
It'd be longer than 72 hours because we get the stay and play.
Oh, right. 96 hours. We're just sitting here looking like zombies.
Yeah. I know for a fact that we could rope Tyler, and we already have a 3-stack, so we could rope Tyler into it instantly.
I feel like Kevin would be an easy sell too.
Yeah. Once see, I've already halfway sold him. You're the final nail in the coffin. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the domino.
Hey, Kirby's playing Deadlock. You want to come play? Oh yeah.
Bidoop, Leo, me are now playing.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this is on my topic. I'm about to make the most beautiful segue you've ever seen.
I'm ready for it.
What kind of unique or interesting movement is there in that game?
Oh.
Do any of the characters have cool movement?
Buddy, I don't listen. You know what's funny is I was just a slight little side note. I think this is the alcohol speaking a little bit more than myself.
Take another drink.
Cheers. Rest in power to the boys. Please drive safe. Watch out for motorcyclists.
Use your blinker.
Use your fucking blinker. Jesus. Anyways, funnily enough, when I first started playing Deadlock, all right, I was very almost like I had seen a little bit of movement technique with like old school Doomfist back in Overwatch 1, and I was really excited about that. And then when Deadlock came out, I started learning little things, right? There's gonna be a whole other thing I was gonna talk about, and then you told me to take a drink and I lost my other train of thought. That doesn't matter. Anyways, we're talking about movement.
Doesn't matter.
When I tell you that, and this is why I think I've put 400 hours into the game, Deadlock has probably the best movement in a video game that I've ever seen. Like, no shit.
In what way?
So let's say, and this is with pretty much any character, right? So let's say you're playing any vanilla character, right? There are mechanics that I've gotten to learn that I would never thought about. Okay. So let's take the melee mechanic, for example. When you do a melee, it's a standard, the character will do the melee animation. If you hold the melee animation, your character does a forward lunge, okay? That forward lunge carries through the air. What I mean by that is if you are midair, your character's model will stop midair, if you're doing a heavy melee, I should say, your character will stop midair, do the heavy melee. Sometimes there will be a little bit of gravity that pulls you one way or the other, right? Depending on the direction that you're heading. Your character will stop, do the heavy melee, and then continue in the trajectory. So, right, so like it can kind of kill momentum, but let's say you're early game. A lot of times early game, when you're in lane, you have a bridge of some sort, a high ground essentially. You can, something that I discovered later on is you can wall bounce. You can walk up to a wall, you can bounce off of that wall. If you follow that up with a heavy melee, you will wall bounce, which does not consume stamina, heavy melee, which does not consume stamina, grapple onto the wall, which does not consume stamina. At that point, have full stamina to then move into a position to then attack better or position yourself in high ground to then force the team back. And so the idea that knowing these movement mechanics and knowing that it's accessible to everyone. Now, obviously, there's more advanced movement mechanics. There's a lot of tech. I've seen some crazy videos of people bouncing off of walls. I practiced it a little bit, bouncing off of walls and bouncing off of different things. You can bounce off corners and things like that. You can bounce off all sorts of shit. Add that into a movement character like Lash, where now you have an ability to move. So now think about, you're bouncing yourself up to high ground. Then you're using your stamina to get to high ground. Then you're using an ability to further your movement. I mean, just the versatility itself. Mwah, chef's kiss. Something about the idea of like versatility. Like, I don't mind a game where the movement is very basic. Okay? I don't mind that. But when you add that ability to be versatile, you give me that option, because I could win the game playing 7 and I can press my ultimate button and build around my ultimate and I'm shocking people in an AoE area. Or I have the ability to fucking play as Holiday and I'm throwing down a bounce pad and flipping around and using a warp ability to warp down on the ground to smash somebody and then throw a barrel and punch that barrel and explodes. And like, all of these different options are now in my brain. Oh my God. It's hard to think of another game in recent time other than like a Tribes Ascend, right? Where movement is that important and that fun. The combination is it's one thing like I feel like in Doom, or not in Doom, in Quake, your movement's kind of important, but it's not as fun and enticing, right? It's like, okay, I'm moving quick or I'm moving around, and
that's because you don't understand it.
Exactly. And if I did, maybe I'd like it a lot more, but yes. Anyways, that's my rant.
This is a little bit of an epiphany that I had about me recently as a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
If a game has dope movement, I'm 100 times more likely to be attracted to said game. And I'm so glad that you mentioned Tribes Ascend, because that is like a gold star 10 out of 10 memory for me.
Yeah.
Every memory I have of that game is golden, even despite the developers being puds and killing it with microtransactions and updates and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Quake, another great example. I feel like it's a little bit different to what you were just saying. So you are referring to learned movement mechanics where if I string X, Y, and Z together, I get this result.
Yeah.
Versus Tribes and Quake, I think, are the perfect examples of, if I just know how to move, I can get across this entire map in 10 seconds flat. And that gives me a huge advantage to other people. Tribes is a little bit easier, I think, in that as a new player, it's pretty quick to understand. If you hold down the key, it allows you to... So if anybody listening has never played Tribes, you hold down a key, or you can set it as a toggle, and it allows you to ski across the ground. So you just slide freely as though you're on ice.
Yeah.
The maps have a lot of hills and a lot of verticality. So you hit it, and you slide down one mountain, down into a valley, and then you boost, and you slide up the next one, and you fly across the map. That shit is so fun. That shit is so fun to me. Quake's a bit more complicated in that on the older models, it's a system where you need to forward momentum, and you need to be strafing left and right and jumping and kind of like bunny hopping as you move left and right. That allows you to build the speed, and you get across the map really quickly. And new players don't know that, so they're, you know, moving extra slow, trying to walk around, and you're just like around them and destroying them with a railgun. It's so good. It's so good. And then the expanded thought in my mind is I think that expands to Rocket League. Like I've always said, or I've always thought Rocket League is really, really beautiful game because a literal toddler could pick it up and have a good time. You know, it makes perfect sense. It's so simple. Drive car forward, ball. Turn left, right, hit ball into big hole, into goal.
Yeah.
It makes sense to literally a child. But at the top end of that, if I can touch the ball at just such an angle that it flips off the wall at this angle up to the ceiling and down, where I do a double musty flick, reset sideways, upside down in my asshole aerial, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It has a very high skill ceiling. Something like Quake, Tribes, Rocket League, just such a high skill ceiling, but such a cool and rewarding movement system. Learning to do a double asshole aerial in Rocket League is the coolest thing I ever did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I 1,000,000% agree with you. I think that I'm right there with you. Where like you look at like current Call of Duty movement or I mean kind of just any FPS that's like a Call of Duty clone, where you have like the tack run, the dive, the shield, and like you have a varied like you can dive in this direction. Like, okay, cool, whatever. But I'll give an example. I recently learned, and I'm talking about within the last like year or two. I only recently learned to rocket jump in Quake Champions, and discovering like, and I mean like do it without. Okay, I should preface, do it without dying.
I failed you. I'm so sorry. I failed you as a friend.
Listen, it was one of those things I needed to learn myself. And when I did, holy shit, it changed the game for me. Hot Rockets became a whole new game for me.
Dude, yeah.
Ugh. It became so much more fun because before I was like, I love only playing the rail cannon mode where it's headshots only, because I would dominate Instagip. I would dominate Instagip, right? I'd be top 3 every fucking time we play Instagip. Doesn't matter because I can aim. If you take the ability to aim plus the ability to maneuver, oh my goodness, it's some good shit right there, boy. That's goddamn. All right. That's very satisfying. And that, but
it's so satisfying. And that is where I'm so sorry to cut you off, but that is where Tribes delivers an unparalleled experience in my memory. Did you ever hit a blue plate special?
Yes. Like one or two times. Like hearing the so whatever that sound effect is.
So every gun for the most part in Tribes is a projectile based weapon. So the main gun that comes default most people use is called a spin fuser. And it shoots this, basically a CD compact disc. It's like a circular saw forward, and it has a trajectory. So as I said, you're skiing around at 100 miles an hour. Your enemies are skiing around at 100 miles an hour. They hit the top of that hill. You hit the top of that hill. Y'all are both flying through the air, and you lead them perfectly, watching their trajectory and their velocity. And that disc flies forward and it hits them, and it makes a little ching, and it says blue plate special.
Yeah.
And you just nut. You nut.
That noise, there's something about good sound design, and Tribes does really well with the sound design, and that pa-ching, goddamn. The same thing used to happen when I'd play Overwatch and I'd play Widowmaker, and you hit a hook shot where you hook that was another thing. Because Overwatch had varied movement. With Doomfist, it was so great to be able to do an engagement where you hold your right click, you zoom in, you slam down, you pop your ultimate, you slam on somebody, then you get to right click and like, oh man, the combination was awesome. But like with Tribes, I just love skating around. But then you skate around, and on that beautiful occasion where everything kind of matches up, the skill that you have lines up with the fucking enemy that you're fighting, and you hear that pooching. Oh my goodness, it was some fantastic
Mom, get the camera.
Mom, get the camera. Oh my goodness, it was fantastic. I definitely I can appreciate some good movement. And I think this kind of takes me back to, you gotta play some fucking Deadlock. Because what I've described to you the movement is very satisfying. That's the thing that I probably should have. That's the word I needed. The movement is very satisfying. Where you can take a character that's not necessarily a movement-based character and make them a fucking movement-based character. And it's
like that.
Oh, it's so nice. You can take a character that's like an old grumpy man or a goofy little fat robot, and you can do some wacky shit, and you're like, oh, I feel slick. I feel like I've escaped out of some situations, and I'm like, ooh, you should have caught me, but I was too slick. Yeah.
Have you watched any video game donkey videos recently?
Not recently.
Dude, he keeps, I just recently caught up on his videos, and he keeps going, ooh, they slick for that. Ooh, he's slick for that. I'm picturing you just getting a nice skin, like, ooh, I'm slick for that.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's, oof. I listen, it's these sorts of things that make me appreciate gaming. There was I can't remember what I was watching Abba and Preach. That's what it was. I love Abba and Preach. I'm a very big fan. I've mentioned them before on the show. Love them to death. They have a lot of opinions that I really appreciate because they have different perspectives on things. But one of the things they talked about is, I'm pretty sure it was Abba and Preach, but one of the things they talked about, I'll credit them at least. One of the things they talked about is if something that you do is sometimes viewed as a waste of time, but you don't view it as a waste of time, it's not a waste of time, right? If it's something that you appreciate doing, if it's something that you look at and go, I had a good time doing this and I would do it again, such as gaming all day, right?
QuakeCon.
Such as QuakeCon, exactly.
Because some people view it as a silly, goofy thing.
Yeah.
But to us,
it's my important. Whole year. Yeah. It's my whole fucking year. It's my whole year. It's why I'm going to wear high heels next year, right?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's one of those things where we can view it and appreciate it in such a way, and it's fulfilling to our lives. Like the thing about it is like our life purpose is subjective, right? You determine that as a human being for yourself, right? There's no like clear cut, like in a video game, objective based, thing. It's like you
don't
just
beat
kind of
the
figure
boss.
it out.
Win.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah, that gets you fired if you beat your boss. It's one of those things, man, where you determine what provides you value, what provides you enjoyment, what provides you happiness, and talking about this sort of shit, man, provides me a lot of happiness, provides me a lot of enjoyment. It's a little goofy, but just like even something as basic as like I like being able to schmoove in a game. You know what I mean? One of my favorite. This is complete. Tangent. One of my favorite builds on a character called Pocket in Deadlock was Schmovement 3000 or something like that. Ooh. And it was him like being able to just move all around the goddamn. Like once you built that out, oh, you could schmoove, baby. You were schmooving. Oh, I loved it. Love that word schmoove too. This drink is strong. Anyways,
I need to try Deadlock. I'm sold. You've sold me.
It's fantastic. I mean, again, even if we just play some bot matches, it's worth it. It's worth it. I will say the one thing is. Games are long. That's kind of the big downside.
That's fine, but I can't just give it a try. I'm gonna need some time to get my fleet carrier in Elite Dangerous. Go explore the black a little bit. I'm gonna start colonizing, like my ancestors before me. And then once I do that, I think I'll have some free time for Deadlock.
I was gonna say Deadlock isn't even out yet, technically. It's not even in beta. Oh my god!
But I can play it, right?
Oh yeah. You can. Yeah. I think I invited everyone on my friends list to the alpha. Okay. So yeah, you should be good.
Is that still how it works? You have to be invited.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Very exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm in a club.
I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of people that have gotten.
It's just but it's
exclusive. Yeah, true. Basically, if you hop into a game, it's just going to be you and Gabe Newell, and he's going to talk to you. He's like, so the Valve Index as.
He's just going to let me know about the new insider secrets that he's got.
The Steam Deck 2 will be coming out in 2028. It's like that sort of shit.
Hey, Kirby, my BFF.
Oh, man. Anyways, fuck, man. I love gaming. That's the main. I think that's the main. That's the main thing. God damn.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Elite Dangerous also has a very cool movement system.
Yeah, I think most of the piloting. I was gonna say that.
Don't say it.
No. What?
So here's the thing. I started playing Elite Dangerous.
I was going to say No Man's Sky. I was going to say
because I was going to say
Star Citizen.
I started playing Elite Dangerous early on, like I said, and I got so invested in that, in the flight system, the very detailed, realistic, quote-unquote flight system. And then when No Man's Sky came out, I was hyped for it, you know? They made it sound awesome. And I remember that night it came out, I think you, me, and Taylor were sitting in Discord, and I bought it, and you played it for an hour and a half and said, nah, I'm getting a refund on this. Because the game was all right. It was fine. I could see the value even at the time, and I know it's way more value now, but as soon as I launched my ship up in the sky, and it's like very arcadey, fast, turning... You point up and all of a sudden you're in space. You don't got to break through the orbit. You don't got to jump into super cruise. Miss me with that. So I'm saying I need a low barrier to entry and a high skill ceiling.
I get you. Now
I'm going to get off my soapbox and I'm going to do a double backflip because I like cool movement.
I was going to say that. I was gonna say that was the thing with me and a Star Citizen. It's like No Man's Sky scratched that itch of like exploration and having a shitload of resources and money and just getting to like kind of like just casually explore. Star Citizen is what gave me that almost that Tarkov-esque like realism of like, I need to contact the spaceport to get permission to take off and then activate my engines, thrust up, and now I need to orient myself to then exit orbit. Now I'm bursting through the atmosphere, and now I'm out of the atmosphere, and now I need to set my coordinates. So to set my coordinates, I need to go through this whole processes of going into the stellar map, and by doing my stellar map, I pull up my star glass or whatever the fuck it's called, and I'm scrolling through the area that I need to. Oh, but then there's this other mission, and like that sort of like hyper realism. That's what Star Citizen did for me.
Tarkov of space. What a good analogy. Not that Elite Dangerous is, but I get what you were saying.
Yeah, it's just that hyper, like I need to do every single.
It's like too much detail. You know,
I get you.
Honestly, in Elite Dangerous, you don't have to request to take off. You just hit like launch and you go up. But you do have to request to dock.
Oh,
if you just fly in and try to sit down,
they gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
I do remember because I did play Elite Dangerous, and I feel like Elite Dangerous is that nice kind of middle ground between Star Citizen and No Man's Sky, where you have all of the things that scratch that itch of detail, but you also have the kind of like casualness of like, I can boot this up, fly around a little bit, get off, and it's fine, right?
And it's also a complete working video game.
Yeah. I want to take a little segue to be like, did you hear about the developers of Star Citizen talking about how Squadron 42 is going to be just as big of a launch as GTA 6? Like, first of all, shut the fuck up, get off your fucking high horse, brother.
Right.
Get up, come on now. I love Star Citizen, but shut up.
Dude, I kind of want to go fact check this before I run my mouth, but I believe the development cost on Grand Theft Auto 6 cost more than the GDP of many small countries.
That does not surprise me. Legitimately does not surprise me. Legitimately does not surprise me. I feel like that's an actual thing. Because I guarantee they put what was GTA 5? Like
probably
100
billions,
million?
dude.
200 million?
Hundreds of staff members, if not 1,000.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. I genuinely don't doubt that at all.
And dude, I have to imagine, man, my little corporate IT work brain is kicking in and just thinking about like, what's it like to work at Rockstar?
Oh, I can't
like
even.
A company with such a pedigree.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, knowing what I know of the corporate IT world, you would think a company like that would have such a pedigree. But in reality, they're all working on Dell XPS from 2007. Those poor developers. That's why it took so fucking long, dude.
Oh god, it takes them 20 minutes just to fucking boot their PCs up, dude. What the fuck?
And they have to call somebody in India when their program won't launch.
Shit.
That was not a racist thing. That was the way the IT
that was
world
just a genuine
everything.
Like tech. Yeah, no.
Yeah, IT outsources everything to India. Just in case that was unclear.
Oh fuck. All right, man. I want to shift away a little bit from technology and from video games and from all that sort of shit. I need to reference the shirt that I'm wearing very quickly. I went to a live show recently. I know for you that's like, I feel like,
how was the pit, dude?
I feel like for you've kind of You're very much like a live show kind of guy, right? You love a live show.
Bro, I think I require it. If I don't get to go to a metal concert once or twice a year, I get grumpy. Even more so than usual.
That's not me. I haven't been to a live music concert. Now, I've been to a live show as recently. I think I went last year. I took my girlfriend to see a Game Grumps related like it was like called Scribble Fest or something like that. It was basically like it was a cool show. It was like a live in-person show. And the year before that, we went and saw Game Grumps live, which was outside in Texas while it was still like 100 degrees. Terrible idea. Oh, it was awful. I think I mentioned that on the show at one point in time. But I went and saw two bands. One I was way more excited than the other. One of them was Men I Trust. Woman-fronted band, fantastic music, very chill vibes. The other was a band that I was very excited for, which was and they delivered. It was Strong Boy, fronted by a woman named Alice Phoebe Liu. Oh my god, it was such a good show. It was one of those things where leading up to the show, it was kind of the same as every like big social event that I go to, where I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. There's something in my brain that kind of kicks in where I'm like, I don't want to be around people.
It's just going to be so people-y out there.
Exactly. There's going to be too many people. Not a fan of that. It was the whole, and I mean like the day before, the day of, the drive to the venue, walking into the venue. Once I cross the threshold and get through security, I'm ready.
Washed away.
Yeah, I'm ready to see these bands. And we stood in line for, well, funnily enough, so clearly people were there to see Men I Trust. It was their tour. Strong Boy was opening for them. Played a fucking fantastic set, right? Oh my, I'll get into that in just a second. But they played such a fantastic set. Their merch line, I walked up, got my shirt and left. Versus the Men I Trust merch line, that was like a 15-20 minute wait. Holy shit. That was crazy. It zigzagged and everything.
Yep.
And anyways, I went with my girlfriend. I forced her to go. Not her style of music. I made her go. No one else would go with me, so it's fine. I probably could have got our buddy Tyler to go, which would have been fantastic, but I was like,
dude, I've got a story to tell you, but go on.
Okay. Because funnily enough, you were the one who mentioned like, hey, Tyler will probably go with you. And I was like, I've already gotten my girlfriend to go. It's all right. So it was so we get there, we're at the show, get our merch. We're standing kind of in the middle of the crowd for Strong Boy. Strong Boy comes on. Excuse me. God damn, that chocolate orange is getting me. We're standing there. Excuse me. We're standing there. Strong Boy comes on. They play a beautifully fantastic set, right? I'll hopefully, if I remember, sober me will hopefully remember, throw up some pictures of the Strong Boy set. It was so good, man. Alice is fantastic. That band that she has put together, just a fantastic band. They played a cover of Bound. For context, more people would probably know the Kanye West song Bound 2. But that chorus that plays is an actual song that he sampled. They played a version of that song. Oh my God, so fantastic. They played so many of their songs, their new stuff, as well as their old stuff that I really, really enjoyed. I had such a great time. Then Men I Trust was going to come on. They took, obviously, when one band leaves, there's another band kind of takes a few minutes to get on stage. I backed the fuck up because I knew all these people were going to crunch up. They were going to move forward. I was like, I don't want any part of that. I stood in the back, enjoyed Men I Trust from a distance. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, I'm going to wait for them to play this one song. And when they play this one song, we can leave, right? And I cursed myself by saying that.
Because it was their last song.
It was and I mean their very last song.
Oh, I've been to concerts before.
They played their whole set. Beautiful set. Fantastic. They played for like an hour and a half, man. It was a killer fucking set. They have a ton of music. A lot of the songs I hadn't heard before. I knew about half of their set. there was and I'll talk about the crowd in just a moment, but a lot of their songs I hadn't heard before. I had heard about half their set. At one point they played this medley of all of their most like popular songs, and then they played their very most popular songs. But they played this cool medley. I really loved it. I actually I was like, okay, I like this, because a lot of those songs were like, a couple years old. They don't want to spend their time. They're there to promote their new album, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And so it was just fantastic all around. We get to the end of the set. They walk off stage, and you could feel it. You could feel it in the air. There's an encore coming. They play another song I hadn't heard, and then they played the song that I was waiting for. And to give a little context, a lot of Men I Trust, their music is a lot more chill. It's a lot more slow. It's a lot more vibey, is the way I would describe it. Versus the song that I wanted to hear, which is a song called Billy Toppy, which they re-released and re-recorded for this brand new album. So I was like, come on, you guys gotta play it, please. My favorite song of theirs. So I knew they were gonna play it, and they did. But it's like, you guys play this whole set, you left, you came back. It was kind of cool though, because then a bunch of people left, so I got to move up.
Nice.
And it was really like hype and shit. I was very excited. That was when me and my girlfriend took a little selfie there in the crowd, and everything just kind of came together to wrap up a very beautiful night. But oh man, it was, I had forgotten, there was a part of me that had forgotten how cool shows are, and there was another part of me that was like, I don't like doing this. And the part of me that doesn't like doing this is the part of me that was like, this crowd does not deserve Strong Boy or Men I Trust, because Strong Boy put on a fantastic show. Alice Phoebe Lou is a goddamn artist and was just, oh my God, fantastic live. I mean, just when I talk about just a bunch of fucking people standing around, fuck you. Like, oh my God, I was so angry. At one point, Alice was like, if you want to do one of these, and she's kind of like dancing around a little bit, you're more than welcome to. Just kind of being playful with the crowd. And there was some fucking kid behind me who was like, oh, she's begging for people to dance. I was ready to get into a fight. Okay. I was ready for combat, right? For my queen. I was so upset. And then during Men I Trust, I'm looking around and I'm singing a few of the songs, because that's when I go to concerts, I know enough of the music. I'm not going to go to a concert if I don't know enough of the music to sing a little bit. I'm looking around. None of these motherfuckers know what's happening. They don't know the band. They don't know the songs. And I'm looking, and like people are like talking like they're in a fucking club. Oh my God, you guys don't deserve this fucking awesome live show. I don't know if I'm just getting old or what, man, but
No, you're not.
That's my, again, end of my, I feel like I've ranted a couple times this podcast, but damn.
This episode is going to be titled like Old Man Rants or something, because here I go. My turn.
Old man screams in concert.
Here's my turn.
Oh,
you just touched on so many things. I can't wait to. Oof, okay. First of all, I didn't get into this a whole lot in the QuakeCon episode, our last episode, but the crowd for Johnny Booth can also kiss my balls, dude. So Johnny Booth was the opener. They were the first band.
I thought they were the headliner.
No, dude, I love this band, but they're small. They're small time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Huh. And same thing. It's so funny when you were talking about you walked right up to the front of the merch line, got your thing, and walked away. So when Kevin and I walked into the Johnny Booth show, you have to go down these stairs into the venue, and there's a line down the stairs up to where we were standing.
Yeah.
And we thought it was like, oh, I guess this is how we get in. And we stand there like dipshits for a little while. And then like we hear the murmurs come up the stairs through the crowd. This is the, whatever the main band's merch line. And we're like, oh, what the fuck? So we just walk right around. We go into the venue, Johnny Booth merch table, nobody there. We walked right up and we chit-chatted. Dude, we rizzed their merch guy basically the whole show. Like, we were like, oh, they go on first, right? Like, and he's like, yeah, they're starting in like 10 minutes, whatever. We just chit-chatting with him the whole time. we get ready, and I'm like, the pit's gonna be right here, so I'm gonna be right fucking here, boys. And they come out. They start with 2040, their song they always open with. It kicks right in heavy and hard. And within moments, I'm pushing people around me like, come the fuck on, Johnny fucking Booth!
Johnny Booth!
And nobody moved. Nobody moved an inch.
No.
Nobody moved an inch.
Oh.
Their entire set, a couple people like kind of moved around a little bit, but the whole time, dude.
What the fuck?
And this is the thing. I probably looked like an idiot, but I was like, this is my fucking favorite band. I'm here to fucking run around like an idiot and scream the lyrics.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I don't give a fuck what people around me were doing. I don't give a fuck if people think I looked stupid running around in circles all by myself. That's fine. And this is the thing you touched on. It's the reason I go to shows, and the reason I want to go to shows as much as I can for these bands that I love is that energy. That's the only place in my life that realistically where I get that just full on. I get to just run in a circle and scream and listen and love, and everyone around me is here for the same reason. It is a electric, beautiful, energetic, weird human thing that I can't get enough of.
100%.
Guess what?
What?
Johnny Booth is coming back next month.
Yeah!
But they're only coming to Austin, which is about a 3-hour drive from us.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a little ways away.
So the very first thing I did was I hit up my boy Kevin, my BFF, and I was like, bro, we're doing it again. And he responded with...
We're going to do it again.
He responded with, I got to look into the money situation. You know, that's fair.
Life happens, baby.
So I was like, dude, these tickets, they're on sale right now. What if they sell out? You know, it probably won't happen, but I don't want it to happen.
Are they opening again, or Johnny Booth opening?
I think they're
are they headlining?
I think they're like the second headliner on this one, I think.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, like, I need to make a plan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'll do it. I will make that drive. I will go to Austin all by myself to see Johnny Booth. Don't you doubt me for a moment.
Right.
But I don't want to. I'd rather do it with a homie, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I said, hey, Tyler, what are you doing on this date? And me and Tyler are going to Austin next month to see Johnny Booth, bro.
Fuck yeah.
We love Tyler here at Time Well Meant. He is always
big fan of Tyler.
Down to ride with the homies. He doesn't care where we're going or what we're doing. He said, my homies are going.
Dude, let's do it.
Put me in the car.
I can see him now. Yeah.
Yep.
It was one of those things where, like, I kind of wish I would have taken. I mean, I love my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend to death. She was very much like there for me. It was my so to give context, the concert that we went to, Men I Trust and Strong Boy. I was there for Strong Boy. It's the exact same kind of thing where it's like I was there for this band. There was only one song of theirs in their whole set that I didn't know. I sang at the top of my lungs their whole fucking set. I was ready. I was vibing. I was excited. It's why when Men I Trust came on, I was like, there's a couple songs I want to hear. And when they play those songs, I was hyped. I was great. But, like, I'm there for Strong Boy. The only reason I'm not wearing my Strong Boy shirt right now is because it's dirty. And I have standards. So I need to do a little laundry. Next episode, I will, if I remember, wear the Strong Boy shirt. But it was one of those things, man, where, like, it's, oh man, I don't know if it's like, it makes me feel fucking old because I don't know if, like, the younger generations just don't appreciate it as much or what, but, like, I feel like no one really gave a fuck. No one really gave a fuck about the music. No one really gave a fuck about the vibes and everything. Like, they're like, the thing about it is like the people way up front cared, clearly. They were there for those bands. There was a whole section that was there specifically for Strong Boy. They were way on the other side of the venue. And it was a pretty sizable venue. But, like, man, it just didn't feel, you know, the vibe. Like, let me give some context. In 2011, I went and saw Schoolboy Q live. One of my favorite artists who is now just generationally famous. TDE has blown up. Everyone knows Kendrick Lamar's name. Schoolboy Q is a very big rapper, right? I went and saw Schoolboy Q live after he drops his Oxymoron album. The openers were Vince Staples and Isaiah Rashad. Again, two very, I know,
oh, wow. I've heard both of them, so yeah.
Okay, they're very big artists. They're pretty solid. Like they're on that. They're pretty big. They've done some cool shit. They've done, you know, very very great musical artists. I didn't appreciate them as openers at the time, but man, and I was there to watch them do their whole sets. It was awesome. But looking back, that show, everyone was there fucking vibing. You know, we're fucking there. Dude, everyone. And I was like, I was in my early 20s. I was there with a couple of my homies. Like, oh my God, we were there. Just like couple of the boys, and we're vibing, and like, oh man, the music was so good. Versus now at this show a decade later, it just makes me feel so fucking old to complain about this shit, man. I don't know what it is. I'm definitely, if Alice comes around and tours again in my area, I'm 1,000,000% going to see her. It was such a fantastic show. Oh.
So, you're old, buddy. I kind of want to give you an okay boomer here. I think I'm not memeing on you here. I think you're missing the plot just a little bit. Mm-hmm. All right. Those fans who were right at the front of the stage for Strong Boy,
yeah,
that was me at Johnny Booth.
Yeah.
Like the people who love the band are there and they are loving it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting their money's worth, right? But the people who love the next band are then pushing those people out of the fucking way because they want to get sweat on by the band or artist, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's definitely something to be said about as we age. Man, I tell you, my knees towards the end of that last show, I'm like, dude, man, my lower back. And I really do think that plays into just how we feel generally overall during the show. And we look around, things are different a little bit. I do think that things have changed since COVID. I don't.
Yeah.
Everybody out there just shouted "Okay, Boomer" at me. That's fine.
No,
but I remember
I completely agree.
Things were a little bit more wild before COVID, and then everything was shut down for 2 years. There wasn't really music, live concerts. And I remember my first show back was so oversold and overpacked. It was a Carnifex concert.
Okay.
My wife had like a panic attack.
Oh shit.
Yeah. My wife had like a panic attack from just being like jammed in. Maybe it was just after COVID and all that. And I feel like people have been, I don't even know how to say it. They've been different at concerts. People have been less friendly, I almost want to say. Yeah. Like, it used to just be every single person you walk by or bump into at a show, you're all there for the same fucking reason. Yeah. So it's really easy to be like, hey, oh, sorry, bro. Oh, whatever. Nice shirt, whatever. And that doesn't seem to happen as much anymore. Or maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe.
I don't know. I will say, I'll end this on a bit of a positive note. So I wore my QuakeCon 2025 shirt.
Ooh, I bet you ran into somebody.
I ran into somebody who was like, man. So I ran into somebody and they said, man, I haven't been to QuakeCon since like 2005. This is a little bit of an older, he's probably my age kind of guy. He's like, I haven't been to QuakeCon since like 2005. I didn't know it was still happening.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. Did you just say he was a little bit of an older guy? He was about my age?
Or listen, it's the chocolate orange.
Chocolate Cobra, right?
It's kind of fucking me up. The chocolate Cobra is fucking me up a little bit. I'll let you know right now. It's biting me hard, brother. He was a little bit older than me, I would say, is what I was saying. Is what I was trying to say. It did not come off as that.
Okay.
He was probably a couple years older than me. And so he came up to me, he goes, oh man, I haven't been to QuakeCon since like 2005. And I was like, and I was talking to him about QuakeCon, and this was after, I need to give a little context. This was after Strong Boy played. So this was after, it was in between sets. And he was clearly there to see Men I Trust. And we start talking about Strong Boy. And I was talking to him about, oh man, Alice Phoebe Lou's amazing. She's from South Africa. She's just this incredible artist. I've been following her now for a couple of years. I really love her music. And he was very receptive to everything. I saw him one or two more times during the show. He was definitely imbibing. I was not, because I had to drive. But it was one of those things where it was like, it was just cool to be able to have that like vibe, right? Versus like, when I went to see Schoolboy Q, everyone was kind of just like doing their thing. We're all there together. It was very exciting, but like, it was still cool to see that camaraderie. I was there, I was wearing these glasses, and there was a young girl there that said, oh, I really like your glasses and that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh, it's cool to be complimented. It's cool to have a little bit of camaraderie within the within the venue.
But
it wasn't the same. You know what I mean?
Not completely unsimilar or dissimilar, whichever word is correct there, to QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Everybody's there for the same reason, so it's easy to vibe with most of the people around you in those situations. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'll tell you kind of a goofy, kind of a similar thing. I actually don't remember if it was the second time we saw Johnny Booth. Funnily enough, also with Tyler, because he's always down to ride. And I had a spare ticket, and we walk up to the line, and there's a group of younger than me people in front of us, and I was just like, hey, excuse me, do any of y'all happen to not have a ticket? And they were all like, no, we're all good, and like turned their backs to me immediately. I was like, dude, what the fuck? That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
A couple moments later, these two dudes come walking up right behind. And I was like, hey, either y'all by chance need a ticket? And one of them's like, yeah, I'm about to buy one when I get the door. And I was like, no, you're not. Here you go, buddy. We're best friends now. And like, I'm still friends with that guy on Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's a weird kind of, I mean, we've talked on this podcast about how we're getting fucking old, man. Clearly because we're having technical issues and having to do this, you know what I mean? We're clearly getting fucking old. But, I think, it is kind of a generational thing. I'm curious. I would love to poll the younger generation about this sort of thing. Because, again, a lot of the people at the Men I Trust show were, like, younger, like a decade younger than me. It was very apparent. There was a couple of people there was this one guy I saw, man, and we had a little bit of an interaction during the Strong Boy set, and he was clearly about my age, versus like the people around me were very much like, you could tell they were like 10 years younger than me. And I was like, ugh, you guys feel like children. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I look at you and I'm like, you were a child. But it was...
They're there for the same thing you are, bro. You got to give them the grace.
No, I do for 1,000,000%. It's just a different feeling. I feel like the odd one out almost.
Oh,
this is what I was trying to get to. Yeah, I feel like I feel like the outsider. I feel like I didn't belong. I feel like things have changed so much that I don't feel right. I don't feel right going to shit. But at the same time, I'm so stubborn. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me from going.
Let me tell you how you deal with that feeling. Fuck that.
You turn into dust. Oh.
Fuck that, dude. You're there to see the band you love. Go in there and run around like an idiot and scream your little head off or sing whatever the fuck you do at your concert.
Yeah, I scream at the top of my lungs.
Hell yeah. I just imagine she's up there doing like very beautiful feminine singing and you're just like doing gutturals.
Yeah, hell yeah. I sound like Ron Perlman on the mic.
That sounds kind of lit. When are they coming back to town?
I don't know. I think Alice is doing a European tour with Strong Boys, so they're not going to be back for probably till next year.
Okay, let me know when
if they come back. I hope they come back. Here's the thing. Let me say this. I would go again. It was one of those things where like as much stress and anxiety was involved, I would do it again.
It was worth it, right?
It was absolutely worth it. I loved it.
We're gonna circle right back to the last episode of QuakeCon. It's the agreement we make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm definitely like that. I have a couple of bands at this point in my life that it's like, if they announce a tour, I'm there.
Yeah, hell yeah. By the way, I finished the drink.
I'm really proud of you.
My
I think Cobra would be proud of you.
Listen, god damn it, I miss fucking Cobes, man. Rest in fucking peace. Oh, god
I don't want to wish you ill, but I kind of hope you shit your brains out later. And like, imagine Cobra looking down on you like, thank you, son. I know you did this for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as Cobes has a firm hand, like Cobes Cobes has one hand on my shoulder, Ozzy has his other hand on my shoulder, and they're both. I will say, I'm not a huge fan of AI art, but my favorite AI art that's been popping up lately on TikTok has been Cobes and Ozzy meeting. And kind of like in heaven or in hell, actually, because they're ruling hell together. Oh man!
But then we're gonna use the AI to put you on the toilet in the middle.
Hell yeah!
Mid-Journey, get on that.
Mid-Journey, that's your project for this week. All right, we've been going for a while. Goddamn. I want to kind of move into kind of like wrapping this up. I did have an actual question for you. So normally about this time towards the end of the podcast, we do a little bit more. Or did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about? I should say that first.
Nope.
Okay.
I have no concept of time due to our technical difficulty. Is this a long episode?
This is a long episode.
Oh,
this
shit.
is add 20 minutes onto what we have now. And we still need to do, well, we don't need to. This is our fucking show. We can do whatever the fuck we want. If we end it right now, who cares?
Whoop, we're done. Stop recording.
Whoop. But I did want to do a bit of a question. And I think this week I'm gonna get, because again, we like to get a little bit more serious towards the end, and then we get a little bit more goofy towards the end. So I did want to ask you kind of two questions. I know that normally we do like a hypothetical, but I want to ask you two questions. All right. So the first question is, how do, and I feel like we may have touched on this a little bit in the podcast, but how do you, and I get, well, this question goes to me as well, but fuck it, I don't give a fuck right now. How do you, when you're waking up during the week, when you're having to do your normal shit, because obviously we don't film this fucking shit every week. We're like we're doing this shit bi-weekly. This is one day out of our every other week, twice a month basically. We're doing this. How do you wake up every day and find the motivation to do what needs to get done for that day? So let's say, you wake up, you feel like shit. You're like, man, I don't want to fucking do any of this shit. How do you find the motivation? How do you find that drive to push you forward through the day to make it to the end, to make it to this point, right? Where you're fucking drinking goofy mixed drinks with your buddy talking about how you make it. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hatred. I would really hate to be
fucking
homeless.
Spite.
Yeah, it's
oh my God.
Damn, I did not mean to derail the podcast so hard. But yeah, the answer is it's hatred. It's
shit.
I would hate to be homeless.
Oh, fuck.
I would
I gotta breathe.
For my wife and son to be homeless. I would hate to cry on YouTube.
Oh shit, I can catch my breath. I like how this is supposed to be the serious segment. To give a little context,
I was taking it so seriously.
I put the ice in my fucking drink into my mouth, and I had to spit it out because I thought I was gonna choke on it. Holy fuck! Woo, shit! Oh, god damn! Whew. So, hatred.
Well, now I'm crying.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
Holy fucking shit. Hatred. Hatred fuels you, is what you're telling me.
And caffeine. No, seriously, legitimately, no jokes. When I first wake up in the morning and I got to get ready for work, I think about quitting every day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't want to be homeless. I want to just, deal with work bullshit for a couple hours, and then I get to come home, do a cool podcast with you.
Hell yeah.
Make us both cry on the internet.
Holy fuck, that really fucked me up.
And fly around in space, scan space mushrooms, smack Rocket League balls with my boy. That's what keeps me going.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I didn't I did not expect that answer. I don't know, man. I don't know what keeps me going. That's what's funny. I had this. I had this thought kind of in the middle of last week. I was definitely struggling. It was right before the concert happened. Because I had like 3 days off coming up, and like that was the only thing keeping me going. But I was like, man, what the fuck is keeping me going otherwise? And I think you're kind of right. I think I was, so to give a little context, I mean, and I think that people know, at least if you've been watching the show for a while, I was jobless. I didn't have a job for a couple months. That sucked. Because I think since I've been out of college, I've always had a job, right? Even if it's a part-time gig, like I've always had a job. I've always had something, some sort of steady income, whether it be, you know, from like some unemployment or from a job or whatever it might be. I've always had some income. Excuse me. Oh my God. And so there was a period of time where I didn't have any income and I was just kind of coasting, and I had some help from some family and shit. And I'm a very prideful person. So that really weighed heavily on me surviving. And it's very hard for me to ask for help. I will wait until I'm absolutely drowning before I ask for help. That's just my mentality. That's how I've been for many years. I don't know where it came from, but that's just how I am. And so I was just kind of curious because I have this kind of view from an outsider's perspective, and I think this is kind of everybody. Everyone has an outsider's perspective of other people. And for me, to you, I have this outsider's perspective of Kirby has his shit together. Obviously, and I'm not saying that you don't go through struggles. I'm not saying that you don't go through hard times. You know, you and I have talked behind closed doors about the shit that goes on in our lives. But it's always been interesting to me to be able to see from the outside of like fucking being married and having a kid. And obviously, again, I've seen you have to struggle through a lot of shit early on. But then getting to see where you are now, I guess, is kind of where I'm thinking about now, where you have your job steady. You get, you know, obviously there's a lot. I know that after QuakeCon, you've had a lot of stress. There's been a lot of cool shit, but there's also been a lot of hard times. You're doing your damn thing, but it's also hard. You know what I mean? It's kind of where I'm getting at. And getting to see that, I'm always curious, like, man, what the fuck? Like, because if I were in your position, I'm not a dad. I don't have to worry about a kid. Knock on wood. Hopefully I'll never will. But I don't have to worry about a kid. I don't have to worry for right now. I don't have to worry about a house payment. I don't have to worry about, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot less stress on my life. Like I still have a bit of a stressful life. Everyone has stress in their life.
Everybody does. Yeah.
But right now, if I were to weigh things on the scale, my life isn't as stressful as yours with a kid, with a house, with a wife. That's all those sorts of things compiling on. So it was very curious to me where I go, because especially since I started this new job, I'm working full time, you know, it's a basic retail kind of thing. I'm succeeding very, you know, I'm doing really well at this job, but it's also one of those things where I go, man, this is a little stressful. And I don't deal well with stress. I don't deal well with high stress environments or having to deal with things coming at me all at once and things like that. And I was just kind of curious, man, because I was like, how are you, you know, someone that I appreciate and love and care about, how are you dealing with that sort of thing every day? Because for me, it's like not necessarily hatred, but it's definitely like one of those things where it's like, I'm doing what feels like needs to be done. I wake up some days, like today is a great example. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I woke up and I was like, all right, fuck it. Here we go. And once I woke up, ate breakfast and was about to leave for work, I got into that mentality of like, I'm about to be in this place for 8 hours. It's not so bad. You know what I mean? It could be worse. And I think I always go back to that mentality of like, it could be worse, of like, fuck, man, I could be on the streets. I could be in this fucking Texas heat. I could be in the inclement weather. Like I could be so much worse off. But I get to sit here every other week, hang out with my buddy, and talk about wacky video game movement. Every week I get to come home on a Monday and play D&D with a bunch of really awesome people. Every week I get to do something, new, where I never know what's gonna happen. This week I had some friends of mine hit me up and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna be in town. Do you want to come out to dinner with us?" And as much as as antisocial as I am, and as much as I didn't want to do it, I said, "Yeah, fuck it, let's do it." And now I get to do that this week. So like I get to look forward to the cool shit in my life, and that for me is what keeps me going. Is I wake up and I think about the kind of cool shit. And it's a little bit of spite, for sure. It's a little bit like, fuck you, I'm not going to die, so I guess I'm going to keep going. But, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's my secret, Cap.
I'm always angry.
Hatred. No. You really got to stop taking a drink right when you give me a chance to respond. Right when you... No, in all reality, no, seriously, 100%, no memes.
100%.
You hit the nail directly on the head for every single bit of what you just said. Mm-hmm. We're not different, dude. I wake up and I don't want to go to work. I get to work and it's like, all right, this will be fine. It ain't that bad. My coworkers are pretty cool, Might get a free lunch today. Could be cool.
Yeah.
Might get off early, whatever. And you just do what you have to do. I think the only difference is I do have my son and my wife who depend on me. So there's an extra added layer of I'm not fucking going anywhere because they need me. And I'm going to be here for them. That is what I will do. I don't know if that's toxic masculinity or some shit, but that's just what it is. I'm going to take care of my wife and my kid, and taking care of my wife and kid means going to work. Sometimes that means, I don't know, washing dishes. It just is what it is. So I do what needs done. And my kind of takeaway from life is you do what needs to be done, and then you get to hang around and make a podcast or fly around in space, whatever it might be.
Hell yeah. I was curious about that. I don't know what really sparked that, but that was definitely one of those things that.
And I would also add something else that you touched on is from somebody else's perspective, you might look at me and think I have it all together, but I don't look in the mirror and think I have it all together. You know what I mean? Does anybody really look in the mirror first thing in the morning and go, "Oh yeah, I got this. This life shit, easy." We have ups and downs, every single person. We just have different struggles.
Yeah.
And there's days, straight up, there's days where I look at you. I'm like, damn, must be nice to not have a kid. You could just fucking get drunk and play video games all day if that's what you wanted to do, from my perspective. But that's probably not realistic in your life because you have shit to do just the same.
Yeah. It's funny to think about the opposing perspective, looking at what you have currently versus what's actually going on. I think social media has definitely skewed that aspect where you sort of look at the people online and you go, damn, this person has it together, or damn, this person's fucking up. But you don't actually know. Like, I think the people that we talked about earlier, Brent and Josh, we don't know how their lives were going. We don't know what sort of state of mind they were in. We don't know how things were playing out for them versus how we view them, versus how us as outsiders view them. And I always find that very interesting to think about perspective and how, like I said, I mean, even for someone as close as like a good friend to be like, damn, like again, how I view you as like one of my closest friends, like, damn, this guy's fucking got it together. And I look up to the fact that he's got this shit going for him, and that's really cool. And I want to achieve that at one point, like that's really fucking awesome. Versus how you view yourself, where it's like, you look in the mirror like, how the fuck am I going to do this, brother? Like, oh God,
Like, dude, I could be making more money. I could be doing more as a father. I could be doing more as a husband every day, all day. Mm-hmm. That's the human condition, probably.
Yep.
But no, it all just boils down to hatred.
That still fucking kills me. Oh shit, man. At the end of the day, hatred rules all.
Ozzy would appreciate that statement.
Ozzy would appreciate that. Ozzy had quite a bit of hatred in his heart for different things. Obviously, he also had quite a bit of love in his heart, but still. May he rule hell in peace.
Is that an oxymoron?
Kinda.
May he rule hell in chaos.
In chaos. There you go. In chaos. All right. Was there anything else that you want to talk about? I wanted to ask you one more little question. It's not necessarily hypothetical, funnily enough, but I did want to ask you kind of a bit of a more lighthearted question to wrap things up today. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we kind of wrap things up?
Yeah, can I get like a blank out of 10 rating on that drink?
Funnily enough, like I think here's the thing. This is what I'll say. I think so early on, I would rate it probably like a 4 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's like the first sip.
Yeah, the first sip. The chocolate liqueur. Oh my God. The chocolate liqueur, not that great. Really very overpowering. It was almost like a really like a mixed chocolate, a milk chocolate and a dark chocolate, a mix of those two. Because it's like here's how I'll describe it.
Sweet
it was
and
the
bitter.
Sweet. Yes, exactly. It was. I'm not even fucking with you. It was sweet going down and then bitter in the aftertaste. Really, really weird. So it was an odd mix. I didn't taste any of the ruby red or the art. But I did taste a little. I could smell, especially the artisan orange. So kind of the citrusy kind of thing bled through a little bit. As I drank everything, the sweetness of the Nesquik really kicked in. The sweetness of the Nesquik,
you're welcome,
plus the Buzzball really kicked in. Everything kind of came together, and it, funnily enough, by the end of the drink, like I would say by midway to the end of the drink, because goddamn, it was strong. I tell you what, it's been about hour and a half ish, probably almost closer to 2 hours since
we've been 2, 3, 4 shots.
It was 3 shooters. One of them being 99 proof
and some Nesquik
and a Buzzball,
which everybody knows amplifies alcoholic effects.
Exactly. Happening within the last 2.5-ish hours. Holy fuck, that's strong. And yeah, your boy is feeling a little loosey goosey. But by the end of that drink, definitely probably like a 6 out of 10, maybe even edging on like a 7. Like honestly, like I would legitimately
big fan of edging on a 7.
I would legitimately try this again, even beyond the meme. It was not terrible. It was legitimate. Like once you get past the aftertaste of the chocolate liqueur, it was not terrible. Weirdly enough,
you kinda just drank some trash can punch. You know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It was a chocolatey orange kind of thing. Very odd, but also, I kind of want nachos now. Not terrible.
All right.
Get this man his keys. I'm just kidding.
Well,
we don't condone digging a treasure.
You have to edit this motherfucker. So are you?
I do.
You want to do this question, or you want to?
I do. It's a very brief question. It's a very brief question.
The answer is.
But hatred. I do want to answer. What?
The answer is hatred.
That would be kind of fantastic. So I wrote this question down a long time ago, and I meant it as kind of a more serious question, but I think it fits as a bit more of a lighthearted question now, looking back at all the fucked up shit that we just talked about, right? Kirby, what was your favorite spot or place to play as a kid?
Oh, dude, I had the coolest tree in my front yard.
Yeah?
It was the dopest tree. All right, it went up, and then my grandpa put these, like, he just nailed some wood, like, planks to the tree to make a ladder so I could climb up to where it went to a Y, and then I could chill there. And there was nothing else to it. But there was like dirt at the bottom of the tree. And that was my favorite spot to play when I was a little kid. And then I climbed the tree and I fell out of it a couple times.
As you do as a kid. Was there any other spots? Like if you went to a park, what was your favorite kind of like amusement kind of thing? Well, like what did you, were you kind of a seesaw kind of guy? Were you more of the swings? Were you like the slide? What are you thinking when you go to like a park or something?
I don't know that I have any specific preference that I can recall. Wherever the other people were. I was an only child for the first several years of my life, so I was very much like, wherever them people are, that's where I am. Then my little brother came along and I started hating people.
Damn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was very much, because I was kind of raised as an only child too. I was very much like, going to the park. In my hometown, we had a big metal slide that'd be hot as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was always the best. I definitely appreciated like a good, like, I don't know what you would call it. It's like kind of the dome monkey bars versus like
a jungle gym.
Like a jungle gym. Yeah, there you go. A jungle gym was awesome. I loved the monkey bars. I remember I was in elementary school, I was in first grade, and this really mean girl pushed me off of the monkey bars. And everyone says like, yes, everyone says the mean girls are the ones that actually like you. I don't know if that's actually true. I think this bitch actually hated me. I think she genuinely wanted me dead. I was like reaching out because I was, I'm like 6'2" right now. But when I was young, before high school, I was very short. And so I was reaching with everything that I had, and I was reaching to grab the monkey bars. And as I was reaching, she shoved my ass. To give a little context, this girl there was a little bit of a sidewalk that would go outside of the playground, right? At my elementary school. There was a sidewalk that walked all the way around. She would gather all of the girls in like first grade and walk around this sidewalk and go, boys, girls, yeah. Like a fucking cult, okay? That was this girl. Her name was Elizabeth. I'm doxing her. I don't know her last name, but her first name was Elizabeth. I remember very vividly her first name was Elizabeth. And I remember I was like reaching out. I was reaching out, and she shoved the fuck out of me. And I just remember like reaching, and I was like, I'm going to grab this. And then I remember face planting into the rocks, the gravel beneath it. And I was like, and I cried because I'm in first grade and things hurt. Yeah. Ouchies. And I was so distraught, and she got suspended. I think she got suspended or kicked. No, she got expelled. That was the thing. And there was like a weird kind of thing where it was like she was no longer going to be in our class or in our school, and because of that, we had like a little going away party for. I was kind of weirded out, and I remember she like came up to me near the end and was like really nice to me and shit. And I don't know if that was because she did like me, or it was because she knew it was because she pushed me off the fucking monkey bars that she was getting her ass canned. Okay. I don't know. Either way, jungle gyms are the shit. Swings. I still to this day love swings. Big fan of swings. Ah, man. I don't know. So I can't remember where I heard.
I hope
that
Elizabeth
question,
sees you now here on this show.
Fuck you. That's.
Oh God.
No. Okay. Not.
Look at what
okay.
you could have had, girl. If you'd have pushed more gently. She was an asshole.
But
if she had pushed more gently, as like a I'm a child who likes you push, instead of like I'm a murderous psychopath push.
She had a lot of hatred in her heart. Clearly, it was crazy because I was like, damn, girl, I never did anything mean to her. I was always so nice to her. I was always like trying to be friends with her in class. She was very pretty. So I was like, hi,
ooh.
We're in first grade. And she was always very like, it was one of those sort of situations where like, if there weren't other people around, she was very pleasant to be around. I'd play Barbies in the same class with her. And then as soon as she gets other, little first grade girls around, all of a sudden now I'm the villain. kind of sexist,
dude.
Honestly,
you kind of unlocked,
Elizabeth.
You kind of unlocked like a memory for me there. I'm pretty sure it was kindergarten. I had this period of time where I was obsessed with jumping, like swinging as high as I could and jumping off. Right? Dude, I get so high. I jump, dude. I jump higher than a mountain. And I remember one time in school on the playground during recess, did my highest jump I ever did.
Hell yeah.
Face planted right in the rocks. Knocked my front tooth out, my baby tooth. It was already loose going into this, and it was gone. And I remember the most upsetting part of it was frantically searching through all those little tiny rocks in the playground. Like, I have to find my fucking tooth. I'm not going to get my dollar. I'm like bleeding and crying.
Oh, shoot. I'm not going to get my dollar.
That's all I cared about. I didn't care about the blood. My dollar.
Capitalism hit you hard at an early age. Oh, well, shit. God damn.
That's gotta do it, right? We're getting into childhood memories at this point, man. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah, wrap it up. All right, listen. Like and subscribe. If you're on, I was going to say Patreon for some reason. If you're on Spotify, turn the blind eye. Oh, wait, you can't see us. Fuck you. Not fuck you. We love you on Patreon or on Spotify, whatever fucking app you're on. We're on Spotify. On Spotify, good luck, fella. Good luck driving and watching this at the same time. If you're on YouTube and your name is Kenny, we love you. It's what a fucking wild ride this shit is. How many episodes are we at now? 34?
33.
33.
And I know that. I know for a fact that this is 33 because I'm so excited for 35. Not 35. The next episode, but the one after that comes out. I'm going to take y'all on a ride, ladies and gentlemen.
So excited. Yes. This man has been chirping into my ear about how awesome. And don't get me wrong. The blurbs he sent me before the actual episode have been fucking awesome. I'm very excited. Definitely come back, check that out. It's going to be awesome. This is a bit of a longer, goofier, looser episode than we normally do. Definitely a drunker episode. God damn. This, I did not realize until I got home that this was 99 proof.
Hold it up for Cobra.
Even more. Listen, this bad boy empty. All right. I drank this whole thing. Okay, we're good. There's a little bit of ice residue left. Listen, like and subscribe. We appreciate anybody who is here to listen to this goofy shit. Fuck you, Elizabeth. The jungle gym is the shit. We're going to jump off at the highest point on the swings. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we would love to talk more about the movement and the movement mechanics that happen within Time Well Meant. But that was, I believe, Time Well Meant.
I have been dialed in to this drama.
Communication is alpha.